Coming up on the San Francisco 49ers report, Nick Bosa during these contract negotiations not expected to be with the team at the start of training camp, as the Niners did report today. And Brock Purdy, this a little bit of a shocker, fully cleared for camp and is ready to practice. Before we begin, though, we're going to be going live here in just a little while. I just wanted to get this breaking news out there on the channel. Join us, 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific, training camp preview. We'll talk about Purdy and Nick Bosa in depth, and also a whole lot of other things to talk about as it pertains to the Niners as they are officially embarking on the 2023 season today. And today's show is presented by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. Make sure you use the promo code 49ers for that discount to apply. The best men's grooming products out there. Join the 8 million men who have purchased their products over time. We'll tell you more about Manscaped here in just a little while. Let's begin here with the shocking breaking news on Brock Purdy. John Lynch in his pre-training camp interview saying that Purdy has been cleared to practice and is ready to go. He only got surgery 4.5 months, ladies and gentlemen. This right here, a medical phenomenon and a very fast turnaround. He's not going to be placed on PUP, so he'll be on the field for practice. He will have an off day on Wednesday. That is the first official day in which the Niners will practice together as a team. Purdy is, quote, cleared without restriction to throw the football, and he will be on a pitch count to start. He's not going to practice 3 consecutive days, but pretty much Purdy is going to get the first team reps for the San Francisco 49ers offense at the start of training camp, and it looks as though that elbow injury has healed dramatically fast. Here's what John Lynch had to say about the second-year quarterback coming off a season in which he went undefeated in his starts prior to losing in the NFC Championship game. Quote, "The great news is Brock has worked his tail off and he's ready to go." My thoughts with this: nobody thought that Brock Purdy was going to be ready 4.5 months after undergoing Tommy John reconstruction surgery. It was actually more of a repair as compared to a reconstruction, but 4.5 months later, everybody thought that maybe he could miss the first few weeks of the regular season, and now he's going to be on the field for training camp, and while he's off for the first day of official team practice, he's going to get QB1 reps already. This is wild right here because you look at the timeline. He underwent surgery on March 10th. That was the UCL repair surgery. Again, not the full reconstruction. If that was the case, could have possibly missed this entire season. On May 29th, that's when he first started throwing a football. So just about 2 months ago, July 25th, he's cleared to start training camp. And we look ahead now, week 1 matchup for San Francisco on the road to begin the 2023 campaign against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if Purdy is healthy, I fully expect he's going to be the guy under center as long as he's able to stay healthy for this football team. Again, huge surprise, only had surgery 4.5 months ago and was really just starting to throw the football only about 2 months ago. So credit to his surgeon, his doctors, but also Brock Purdy, the player, the individual, for working himself back as quickly as he's been able to get back on the football field, because this is great news for San Francisco with how he played last year. 67% completion percentage. He threw for nearly 1,900 yards, 16 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 111.4. That was in 8 games started as a whole. And what he showed me, I thought he had good pocket feel, good pocket mobility. The ability to make plays out of structure was a pleasant surprise. I think the Niners were even a little bit taken off guard by how athletic he was and the improvisational plays he was able to make downfield. The command of the offense stood out to a lot of his teammates who have talked about that over time. What Kyle Shanahan wants in a quarterback is for them to be accurate and decisive with the reads within that system. Purdy certainly displayed that. He had the ability to adjust on the fly. I thought that really came to fruition in those playoff games against the Seahawks and Cowboys, where he started off a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish. He struggled to a certain degree and then finished both of those ball games really strong. Impressive poise for being a rookie. Surprising athleticism, the arm strength, not spectacular by any means, but most importantly, Purdy and this offense, they were averaging more than 30 points per game after he took over for Jimmy Garoppolo, and he won a lot. Basically 8-1 in the games that he played in. I'm going to give him that 8th win because when he replaced Garoppolo, it wasn't technically a start, but the Niners were down at that time. Now, a couple of metrics that I do want to pass along that really do paint an important picture for how Purdy played last year, and these are analytical numbers according to Sharp Football Analysis. Passing without pressure, he was number 3 after he replaced Jimmy G. Passing from the pocket, he ranked 4th. On early downs without play action, 2nd most efficient quarterback in the National Football League. First downs in the first 3 quarters, he ranked 2nd. On layup throws, those are easy throws, number 6. Attempts in less than 2.5 seconds, number 6. Passes outside the red zone at number 4. That's what Purdy was able to do as a rookie. But if there is a little bit of an unknown trend for Brock Purdy, it's how he is going to play when trailing. And also, Kyle Shanahan deserves a lot of credit for how he designed and called the offense last year, because on 1st and 2nd downs, they put themselves in advantageous positions in which Purdy wasn't throwing from behind the sticks or staring down the barrel at a long down and yardage amount to go. And sometimes the defense can just tee off on you when they kind of know what you're susceptible of with your weaknesses. But Purdy, when trailing last year, this does include the Kansas City Chiefs game when he came in and played at the end of that ball game after it was pretty much set in stone. 16-25 when trailing all of last year, completed 64% of his passes, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. In the 4th quarter, 5 of 12, 42% completion percentage, no touchdowns, 1 pick. His success rate, 33%. He ranked 47th out of 47 quarterbacks in completion rate when trailing last year, and 41st in touchdown to interception rate, and then 37th in expected points added per attempt. Again, this does include the Chiefs game, and you think about one of those other games in which Purdy was trailing, it did come against the Las Vegas Raiders, in which I thought he played well. But as teams gather more tape, intel, and information on Purdy, how is he going to be able to fare if he has to put the team on his back without being an elite thrower of the football, elite athlete, and lead this football team? That's a concern, of course. And then also, how are teams just going to adjust to Purdy in general with what they saw him do last year? If you want to support the show, a couple of ways for you to do that. You can hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. You can comment and share your thoughts about what we're talking about on today's show. Most importantly, though, make sure you subscribe to the San Francisco 49ers Report for year-round and daily coverage of the Niners. And now that training camp is here, our coverage is going to be absolutely sensational. Coming up next on the show, latest on Nick Bosa with training camp officially underway. But first, a word from our sponsor, Manscaped. 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. We're going to put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. Join the 8 million men who have put their trust in Manscaped for all of the best men's grooming products. And you know what? It's summertime, and this summer, it's not about the size of those cannonballs. It's about making a splash with our friends at Manscaped. Prep for barbecue season by making sure your grill master has the hottest dogs that the summer has ever seen. And when you're at the cookout, let the meat speak for itself with Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0. It's time to get ready and not sweaty by heading to manscaped.com/49ers. Of course, promo code 49ers. Let's tell you about the Performance Package 4.0. Has everything you need to guarantee you'll have the most mouth-watering treats at the party, and they have built the ultimate bundle for your summer grooming. The Lawnmower 4.0, a great product that I use pretty routinely. You can get the sideburns trimmed up, your beard, your chest, your back, your George W. Bush down below the waist as well. And has a battery life that lasts a really long time. Safeguard technology so you won't cut yourself up with all those knickknacks below the waist, because who wants that when you're trying to get freaky in the bedroom? Crop preserver, ball deodorant, the boxer briefs, and it all comes with a travel case and a nose hair trimmer, because who wants hairy nostrils? Manscaped, that is the answer. Nick Bosa update. Let's round out the show with this, and then we also have another update on Debo Samuel as we bring you all the latest 49ers news and rumors here. John Lynch not expecting Bosa to be with the team to begin training camp. This comes as not much of a surprise, right? Bosa entering the final year of his rookie contract after the Niners exercised that 5th-year option for this year. This is what he's going to make. Doesn't matter what the contract extension is going to be. on the books for $17.8 million. The Niners are going to continue, per John Lynch, to work with Bosa's agent, Brian Ayrault. And this, of course, makes a lot of sense because of these reasons here. Nick Bosa not going to start training camp with the San Francisco 49ers because he's seeking to become the highest paid defender ever. Why take the field if you risk getting injured? He's coming off Defensive Player of the Year honors, and we know that Nick Bosa, among all players in this league, always comes into camp in tip-top condition. He's one of the freakiest athletes in the game, and he's going to be in shape when he reports to training camp, and he's going to be ready to play. This all comes down to him being smart. This is a calculated move to avoid any chances of him getting injured before cashing in and overtaking Aaron Donald as the highest paid defensive player in the history of the National Football League. You look at what he's done the last 2 years, just straight up dominant, man. 15.5 sacks in 2021, 18.5 sacks in 2022, quarterback hits, tackles for loss, quarterback hurries. He is a game changer by his lonesome. And the good thing is, he's only entering his mid-20s. He still has a lot of great football left. And you look at the in-depth numbers for Bosa from last year, overall Pro Football Focus grade of 90.9, run defense grade of 81.1. He was just as good in elite against the run that he was against the pass. 508 pass rushing snaps, 41 hurries, 30 quarterback hits, and 90 total pressures to go along with 39 stops. If you don't think that he's earned a bag, then you're just flat out wrong. As for the latest on Debo Samuel, this is actually pretty funny from John Lynch. I appreciate the humor here. Adam Schefter just tweeting this out, that Debo Samuel has been determined to prove head coach Kyle Shanahan and others he will be better prepared this season. Quote, never had a grown man send me so many pictures of himself with his shirt off, but he looked good. So John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan both saying that about Debo Samuel in their introductory press conference to embark on the 2023 season. You have any thoughts on this? Hit me up on Twitter, a.k.a. X. I'm not sure what Elon Musk is going to call it, at Chase_Senior. And don't forget to join us live here. We might even be live by the time that you're watching this, so come hang out with us. And if you're pumped up for some Niners football, San Francisco! Give me some 4-9s in the chat. Catch you in a bit on our live show. Thanks for tuning in.